Hello. Greetings. I've been asked to unmute. I don't know if you can hear me. Yes, okay. Should I begin? Well, not getting any replies here, but 4 o'clock, I think I'll just begin speaking. I hope you can hear me well. Yes, greetings. Well, I'm delighted to have this chance to connect with you, all of the friends who are gathered at the Abode for a very special anniversary. You must be having a wonderful time. And I imagine the Abode is looking better than ever before with all of the renovations that have been done. And probably many of you haven't seen each other for many, many years. I imagine there's great joy in reuniting and sharing memories together. I'm unable to be there because I'm in France at this time. I'm at Fazl Manzil in Suresnes, but I'm certainly thinking of you, and I'm there in spirit. We're having our own gathering here at Fazl Manzil, the summer school, and we're 5 days into the 10-day summer school. There's a wonderful atmosphere here. And, you know, the summer school was inaugurated by Murshid in the 1920s. And now, 100 years later, we are recalling the discourses that he gave on those sunny days a century ago. And so much of our focus during this summer school is turning toward the record that we have of Murshid's teachings and exploring the wisdom that he offered, which turns out to be as fresh today as it was when spoken a century ago. Today is the 6th of July, and I have with me the collected works volume for the second half of 1925. And so before me on the page is the lecture that Murshid gave on this day, exactly 100 years ago. And I thought I would take this chance to share it with you. The subject is suggestion. The tone of a spoken word, the music of a phrase, often suggests quite a different meaning from what it is meant to be. Simple words such as yes and no, with different tones, convey different meanings. The music of a phrase may convey a sincere thought or sarcasm. Everyone cannot very well explain what tone it is that makes the meaning different, or what music it is which changes the sense of a phrase. But automatically, one says a word or a phrase in a certain tone, in a certain music, with which one expresses the deep feeling without putting it into other words. Many plead faultless by having said a simple word and cannot be blamed because in another tone, the same words would have been simple. But when we go deeper into the subject, we find that every vowel is suggestive of a certain feeling. It is therefore that names and words, apart from their meaning, have a certain silent effect upon the speaker and on the listener. It is interesting to feel, from the sense of the word, for instance, why flower would have been called flower and why a stone must have been called a stone. You can feel from the sound of stone that it is hard, it is solid. You could all just say that word for a moment. Say it to yourself, stone, stone. See how it feels in your mouth, stone. It's hard. And you can feel from the word itself, flower, it is soft, it is beautiful. We try saying that loud. Comes across differently. Those who, without the knowledge of tone and music, speak, and those who have no intuition how to express their thoughts and feelings in proper tone, in proper music, they lose a great deal in life, for it takes away much of the sense which they wish to express in their speech, and often it suggests something quite different than what they had meant. You hear very often people say, I told him and told him and told him. He would not listen, ignorant of the tone and music in which they have told him. There is a psychological reason why he would not listen. Perhaps the tone was not right. Perhaps the music was not correct. Voice has a great mystery. Every individual is suggestive of something, not only of his thought, feeling, and action, but of his grade of evolution, of his past, present, and future. If 10 persons said the same thing, you will find each of them suggesting a different sense, which goes further than the words themselves. When word reaches as far as the ears, feeling reaches further into the heart. It is the voice that carries a sense, a feeling, and it says so much that the more one can study it, the more one finds that voice has a very great significance. Very often when a person says, I have said, but it was not heard, but he does not know why it was not heard, because of his voice. It is not what he said, but it is what his voice conveyed. Everyone will not notice it, but everyone will feel it automatically. A kind person, a cruel person, a wise person, a foolish person, a powerful personality, a weak person, show their condition in their voice. It would not be an exaggeration if I said that sometimes a person's voice expresses quite a different meaning to what one says in words. When we trace the secret of language in the history of languages, we find these many languages known to us have come from very few ancient languages. But if we went further than history takes us, we shall find that all languages have come from one language, a language that the human race has known in its cradle, a language that man has learned from intuition. He gave name to everything from what it suggested. He called it according to what he intuitively felt on seeing and feeling things. And therefore, the nearer we go to the ancient languages, the more we find the secret of psychological suggestion, that every word of the ancient languages has a psychological value. It is suggestive of a sense in such a profound way, as if the word has come as a reaction of what the object has suggested to the person. Our minds, corrupt with the new languages, which are most corrupt by a mixture of different languages, cannot conceive of that feeling. And we cannot appreciate fully that feeling which one finds in an ancient language, which is suggestive of not only the meaning, but the nature and character and the mystery of what it is identified with. It is on that principle that the mantra yoga was founded. Words which spring from the intuition of the yogis and thinkers, words which conveyed the meaning in a most profound manner. Such words were gathered together for the use of adepts who repeated them and were profited by repeating them. The yogis have worked on that principle for many thousands of years and have found a great mystery in the power of words. Sufis of all ages have followed this principle of making use of words which are really suggestive of a certain sense, a sense which one wishes to bring out and make a reality in life. Suggestion of words, sacred words, first impresses one's spirit, helping one to develop that quality, that virtue, that merit, that power or inspiration which the word suggests. And the mechanism of one's inner being is such that every word that one repeats so many times becomes living each time, more and more, and sets the mechanism in one's being to go on repeating the same automatically. Therefore, if a person has repeated a sacred word for 15 minutes through the day and night, this word goes on in the spirit, continually repeating. And the other action of this repetition is that it is reflected upon the universal spirit. And the universal mechanism then begins to repeat it automatically. In other words, what man repeats, then God begins to repeat till it is materialized and it has become a reality in all planes of existence. It is therefore that mystics of all ages have given a great import to the mystery of the word. And every adept who has persevered in the path of mantra yoga has always arrived at the desired issue. No doubt, perseverance, patience, and faith. All three are required in accomplishing a mystical work by the power of repetition. So friends, there is so much in what Murshid has said here. Of course, it's a reminder when we speak, not only to give care to the words we choose, but also to align our cadence and inflection and tone and rhythm with the deepest current of what we mean to convey. As Murshid says, when the heart travels through speech, it reaches another heart. And this is possible when the speech aligns itself to the intention, not only in the choice of words, but also in the manner of expressing the words. Now, of course, in our day and age, so much conversation takes place by email and text messages. And it's so easy, therefore, to miss what is meant and to jump to a conclusion about the other's intentions. So we can just make note of this problem. And when we feel that there isn't a meeting of minds by electronic communication, that would be an opportunity to reach out to the person and say, perhaps we could sit down and breathe together and sit face to face and talk this through. And if that course is taken, it may be that a deeper understanding will be possible. And then Moshe goes on to speak about primal words, very ancient words. It's always an enlightening adventure to study etymologies, to see how words that we use day after day have deeper meanings that we might not have been aware of. And often meanings that have to do with the direct contact between the human psyche and primal forces of nature. And when we rediscover those meanings, then those words have much deeper resonance for us. And finally, Moshe speaks of the repetition of divine names and mantras, sacred words, and how these words derive from prophecy, they derive from ancient traditions, they roll down from mountaintops and they've been buzzing in bodies and hearts down the centuries. And when we receive them, it's a transmission, it's a profound blessing. But then the responsibility is to take that word into one's being and carry it, and not just to say it once or twice, but to keep coming back to it, revolve it in the heart and let it grow in you and let it reverberate and resound. And in this way, the aura is magnetized by the charge of this sacred word, and it scintillates and it radiates and it reaches other beings. And in the culmination of Moshe's discourse, he said, and God hears and takes that word into eternity. There's a response, a resonance, and what we have deeply said, what we have pronounced in the inner chambers of our hearts, echoes immortally in the deepest depths of the cosmos. The meditation hall where you are gathered is just such a place where divine names have been recited for decades, 50 years now. And no doubt, just by entering that space, at a certain level, you can feel the resonance of all of the prayers and all of the mantras and all of the askars, all of the circles of zikr and glorification. And it's my prayer, and I know the prayer of all of us, that that magnetism will bring further healing to a world that is so broken by sectarianism and the strife that results from the deep forgetting, wherein we've all lost touch with the root of our being, and in that amnesia have fallen into blocks of identity that have to be fiercely promoted and defended, such that the human family falls into division and enmities proliferate, and the sense of home feels ever more distant. Anywhere that we can meet and feel that in meeting we've arrived at a home more ancient than the world itself, anywhere that we can meet and feel that in meeting every other, we are meeting another ourself. That is a place of blessing. That is a temple. And the Abode is such a place, and the time will come when the whole of the world and every patch thereof, without exception, will be the grounds of the universal temple in which we have all arrived home. Inshallah, God willing. Amin. My heartfelt greetings to you, my loving best wishes and prayers. Peace be with you, always and always. Ooh.
Just clipping this on? Is it hot? I don't want You can just clip right here. Leave this right here. I'll come back.
Let's allow the cadence of Is it on now? Sorry? Yes? Let's allow the cadence of Pir Zia's atmosphere and voice to just let it waft. Is it possible to have the microphone on?
Yes.
But meanwhile, our hearts speak to each other. So perhaps even for just a moment, if we were looking and speaking and perceiving through right here, notice while we're kind of getting settled and getting the mic ready, I was sitting here in this wonderful atmosphere. I was reminded of a time in a 40-day retreat in the desert in New Mexico. And the first days, people arrive and there's a dining room. We're in silence, but it's very loud because we're all having our thoughts and responses and reactions. And, and as the days go on, the dining room is like more and more empty and silent. And towards the last days, there's the music of tinkling silverware and birds, and that's what's in the space. So we can go through the layers of our mind, our thoughts, our agitation, in a few moments, in a twinkling of an eye. By what we pay attention to. So for a moment, let's pay attention to our heartbeat. This dear muscle that's been pumping since we were in the womb. Now let's pay attention for a moment to breathing. To begin with, perhaps a slight emphasis on the exhalation, just to come down a bit towards the belly. As we become aware of the breath in a downward direction and feel our belly center, the belly says, I am here. The great mystery, I am here. We are here. We don't have to rely on concepts, but directly experience our own nature, our own body, our own mind. Reveal. Yahak. Murshid says in one of the Sufi thoughts, there is one truth. The true knowledge of our being within and without. So as we sit in this I am here-ness, with this supportive belly, our hearts can open. Or, to put it another way, we have the foundation and the support to allow us to experience what is in our heart. And as we know, our heart is capable of many feelings, even all at once. So if we didn't use our brain and our mind to interpret what is in our heart, but we sat quietly just breathing, bringing our tender attention, we can each hear our own deep self. It may be in words, maybe a gesture, an image. What if we turn the tables and let our heart inform us what is present? And just for a moment, let's notice and acknowledge those that are very close to us, our dearest ones. We don't need physical approximate being close physically. The heart is boundless, timeless. It's a whole world, a whole universe of meeting. It's a wonderful thought to think and feel those we truly love, we cannot be parted from. Our own heart teaches, reveals the nature of unity, of oneness. We don't need a concept. We know this when we love. So yes, I am rooted, I am here. My eternal, boundless, luminous, deep self, soul, is occupying this moment in time and space. How wonderful. These sensations, right now, this room, and my heart is boundless in its capacity. And then we bring ourselves to our, we could call it the head center, the knowledge center. Stay aware of the belly, the soft openness, the chest. And then this deep capacity, this deeply human capacity to be aware. Aware, knowing what's going on right now, perceiving. How do I know I'm breathing? The knower in me knows. How am I hearing right now? Who is hearing? My deep self. Rashid says the body knows it's awake through sensation because the soul in us hears through our ears, sees through our eyes, feels through our skin. The body is awake through sensation. We've seen a corpse. There's eyes and ears, but no perception. Who's hearing these words? He says, the heart awakens through feeling. When we come out of numbness or disassociation and can feel. The mind awakens through thinking. And then he says the soul, this deep self, awakens when it recognizes its own presence. that in us which has always been, as an infant, as a toddler, in youth, in middle age, in old age, growing, changing, ripening, unfolding, becoming. And yet, this deep self never moves. Is always awake, never sleeps. We just turn to become aware of what we call in our breath the soul. And this is self-knowledge. And Murshid goes further to say, this knowledge, the awakening of our deep self in creation, is the purpose of life. And in this discovery is the discovery of true being, Hak. What is. So, as we close, shall we offer our gratitude for this path through the ancient wisdom that brought Pir Murshid to the West, sharing a pair of shoes with his brothers. That's the historical unfoldment. And in this moment, there can be no history in this awakening. This message is coming this moment, right now, fresh in our recognition. To have an authentic path, to have the blessing of a lineage with all the beauty that we've received. And many of us here, our whole life was informed by pure light. Yet each of us now is the prophet. Yashakur. Amen. Thank you for inviting me to lead this meditation. It's a privilege. Thank you.
3434. Five six 7878. But unfortunately, I didn't have time to do a sound check for Taj, so it was very quiet. But I didn't want to bring it. Only one person complained. Yeah. Forget about that. Yeah, just as long as. You know what instruments we have? Okay, that'll work here. Yep.
And then Nora will have his guitar.
Okay, that'll work.
And I don't know if Sarah found a guitar for her father.
Okay.
So they will.
Either side. They can come up on either side. Because we got either side covered.
Okay.
And I'll kind of do some tweaking. It was like,
And then
if I had time for Taj, I could have had her bundle back, but there was no sound check. I didn't want to feedback. So most people could hear it. It was very quiet. But
it was really quiet. I was really hoping you could slowly boost her up.
I didn't want feedback coming in.
That's all right.
Yeah, I took a chance to just leave it as it was, and it came in beautiful on Zoom.
Okay, beautiful. That's good.
Okay, so, okay.
Yeah, and then the drum.
That's the only thing that might be complicated is the drum. I can bring it on and off. I can bring it in and out.
What's that?
I see you have some.
I have
music
stuff.
stuff. You want some help with anything?
No, I'm good.
Okay. I think that your cable got to my candle. He went off already.
Okay, well,
I'm gonna light the candle.
okay. What I can do is I can, because I have Bob here and doing the mixing, I can kind of help with moving the mics and everything, and I can control it right here. So. Is that nylon or steel?
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4.
Thank you. unmute and want you to speak. I'll push these buttons, right? There's a volume on the
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, okay. I can see it, but I can't get it going up again.
button. This one here for up.
Keep going, keep it
That
going.
one's down, that one's up, and that one's mute.
Keep it going.
Gracious friends, you may be seated. Beloved friends, please be seated. Over the years, there have been many, many lovers of the Abode. We have given time, energy, money, work. Many have helped sustain this place. Over 50 years, you can imagine, it's all of us. Today, we want to acknowledge especially some folks who have been lovers who sustained this abode during its recent reawakening period. We would like to honor Vimla and Gabriel Stedman and Aziza and Akbar Scott. We're going to send twinkles to you as you stand to be honored. Please. There. We are very, very grateful. And we know that you stand on the shoulders of many. We're going to take a moment for land acknowledgement.
With gratitude and humility, We acknowledge that we are learning, speaking, and gathering on the ancestral homelands of the Mohican people, who are the indigenous peoples of this land. In spite of the tremendous hardship of being forced from their homeland, today their community thrives in Wisconsin and is known as the Stockbridge-Muncie community. We pay honor and respect to the Muncie community's ancestors, past and present, as we commit to building a more inclusive and equitable space for all. Yafata.
So why are you here? I mean, you made thousands of choices in your life, and we're all here now at this moment. It's not an accident. Some of you lived here, some of you just visited numerous times, you got an email. Seems like, how did this happen? But there's something greater happening all the time. And that great mystery brought us together. So we'll begin with the universal worship. And please join in as we go along and we'll say the prayers.
As we light the candles, I invite you to contemplate the star of the divine light shining in all our hearts that unites us all in our souls.
Toward the one, the perfection of love, harmony, and beauty, the only being, united with all the illuminated souls who form the embodiment of the messenger, the spirit of guidance. To the glory of the omnipresent God, we kindle the light, symbolically representing the Hindu religion. To the glory of the omnipresent God, we kindle the light, symbolically representing the Buddhist religion. To the glory of the omnipresent God, we kindle the light, symbolically representing the Zoroastrian religion. To the glory of the omnipresent God, we kindle the light, symbolically representing the indigenous traditions.
To the glory of the omnipresent God, we kindle the light, symbolically representing the divine feminine. To the glory of the omnipresent God, we kindle the light, symbolically representing the religion of Judaism. To the glory of the omnipresent God, we kindle the light, symbolically representing the Christian religion. To the glory of the omnipresent God, we kindle the light, symbolically representing the religion of Islam. the glory of the omnipresent God, we kindle the light, representing all those, whether known or unknown to the world, who have held aloft the light of truth amidst the darkness of human ignorance.
Let us pray.
Please rise if you're able for the prayer psalm. Praise be to thee, most supreme God, omnipotent, omnipresent, all-pervading, the only being. Take us in thy parental arms, raise us from the denseness of the earth. Thy beauty do we worship, to thee do we give willing surrender. Most merciful and compassionate God, the idealized sovereign of the whole humanity, thee only do we worship, and towards thee alone do we aspire. Open our hearts towards thy beauty, illuminate our souls with divine light. O thou, the perfection of love, harmony, and beauty, all-powerful Creator, Sustainer, Judge, and Forgiver of our shortcomings, Sovereign God of the East and of the West, of the worlds above and below, and of the seen and unseen beings, pour upon us thy love and thy light. Give sustenance to our bodies, hearts, and souls. Use us for the purpose that thy wisdom chooseth, and guide us on the path of thine own goodness. Draw us closer to thee every moment of our life, until in us be reflected thy grace, thy glory, thy wisdom, thy joy, and thy peace. Amen.
We'll begin this portion of the service with a chant from the Katha Upanishad. This particular chant is in your insert, so you can follow along. And I will sing it first at speed, and then I will invite you to do call and response with me. And I'll do the call and response slow enough, don't worry. You know, there's translations by the linguists. And then there's the translation that happens within our being as the sound fills and permeates us. So, here we go. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahavriyam Karavavahai Tejasvi Navaditamastu Ma Vitvishavahai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Okay, call and response. Sahana Vavatu Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahavriyam Sahavriyam Karavavahai Karavavahai Tejasvi Tejasvi Navadi Damastu Navadi Damastu Ma Vidvishavahai Vidvishavahai. Okay, we're going to do it once more, a little bit faster, not much. And just one small refinement. When you see on the sheet the letters that in English we would call T or D, put your tongue up behind your upper teeth. That will give you that Sanskrit edge, that Sanskrit sound, okay? So it'll sound a little bit more authentic. Now the sound will move through our bodies very much the way that Pir Murshid was talking in his paper that we heard earlier. Sahana vavatu, Sahana vavatu, Sahanau bunaktu, Sahanau bunaktu, Sahavriyam karavavahai, Sahavriyam karavavahai, Tejasvi, Tejasvi, Navadi damastu, Navadi damastu, Ma vidvishavahai, Ma vidvishavahai. Together, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Reading from the Katha Upanishad. May Brahman protect us. May Brahman be pleased with us. May we work together with vigor. May our study make us illuminated. May there be no dislike between us.
We offer to thee, omniscient God, our reverence, our homage, and our gratitude for the light of the divine wisdom.
The Japanese saint Nichiren wanted to bring Buddhism to the people. So he offered this chant for them to drum and chant in the streets, not necessarily the temples. So this is the chant that we're going to offer today, Namu Myo Ho Renge Kyo, also in your handout. It is call and response, but you can just chant with me, that's fine. And know that somewhere in the world, this chant is being chanted because there are monks and practitioners who chant this chant with their whole hearts. Namo Myo the wanderer, Bhagava, accused the Buddha of saying that the universe was caused merely by chance. The Buddha replied, I have heard others of your sect, Bhagava, say that when I awoke and found the truth, which was beautiful, I remained in that bliss and then regarded the universe as ugly and meaningless in comparison. But I never taught that, Bhagava. This is what I do say. Whenever one awakes and finds the beautiful, then one knows indeed what beauty is. We offer to the omniscient God our reverence, our homage, and our gratitude for the light of the divine compassion.
Here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun, and I say, it's all right.
Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun, and I say, it's all right. Little darling, the smiles returning to their faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun, and I say, it's all right. Little darling, I feel the ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun, and I say, it's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
It's a very ancient Zoroastrian chant.
one thing that we have in common with the Zoroastrian is really the four elements. And so from the Gathas, here's something about three of them. Earth. The wide earth do I praise, the productive, the full-bearing, thy mother. Water. From the cosmic seas, from the never-failing springs, the waters run and flow forward. The sun. Up. Rise up and roll along, thou immortal shining sun, seeded sun, produce light to the world. We offer to the omniscient God our homage, our reverence, and our gratitude for the light of the divine purity.
We're going to sing a welcoming chant. It comes from the indigenous people, and we celebrate it at the 8th Fire Gathering. 8th Fire Gatherings are about the indigenous people coming back to their native lands after having left with the coming of the whites. So you can look at your program, and we're going to practice this song once, and then you're going to put it down, because you'll have plenty of chance to practice it again. It goes like this. Hey, cuando de, alia cuando de, hey, cuando de, alia, yoki oe, ali, alia, yoki oe. Now, this is your part. Hey, cuando de. Good. Okay. Oh, you want to sing the whole thing? Hey, cuando de alia, yoki oe, ali, alia, yoki oe. Now we're going to do a little bit of call and response. This side over here is going to do hey, cuando de. And then they're going to be answered by this side, hey, cuando de, and then we'll sing it all the way through. So, hey, cuando de, hey, cuando de, all together. Hey, cuando de, alia, yoki oe, ali, alia, yoki oe. Now that was pretty good, but I know you can do better now that we've practiced. So we'll start with this side over here that's going to do hey, cuando de. Then this side answers, and then we'll sing it all together, okay? Hey, cuando de, in response. Hey, cuando de, all together. Hey, cuando de, alia, yoki oe, ali, alia, yoki oe. Aho. I'm reading from Black Elk Speaks. This is his vision of unity. And a voice said, behold, they have given you the center of the nation's hoop to make it live. So I rode to the center of the village with the horse troops in their quarters around me, and there the people gathered. And the voice said, give them now the flowering stick that they may flourish, and the sacred pipe that they may know the power that is peace, and the wing of the white giant, that they may have the endurance and face all the winds of change. So I took the bright red stick, and at the center of the nation's hoop, I thrust it in the earth, and as it touched the earth, it leapt mightily in my hand, and was a wagan chun, the rustling tree, very tall and full of leafy branches and of all birds singing. And beneath it all the animals were mingling with the people like relatives and making happy cries. The women raised their tremolo of joy, and the men shouted all together, "Here we will raise our children and be as little chickens under the mother's wing." We offer to the omniscient God our reverence, our homage, and our gratitude for the light of the divine nature.
We call in the Divine Feminine. We'll sing this chant twice through, and then we'll return to just the first line and sing that twice through. Please join me, and if you know harmony, please add that. We all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain flowing to the ocean. Hoof and horn, hoof and horn, all that dies shall be reborn. Corn and grain, corn and grain, all that falls shall rise again. We all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain flowing to the ocean. Hoof and horn, hoof and horn, all that dies shall be reborn. Corn and grain, corn and grain, all that falls shall rise again. We all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain flowing to the ocean. We all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain flowing to the ocean.
From writings by Mirabai Starr, this is called Madre Mia. You gaze down from the summit of the mountain you have ascended and call to us. The journey is the destination. Come. You remind me that the divine is everywhere, always, and that all I have to do is open my heart and welcome her. That she shines from the setting sun as it washes the face of the mountain with light. My weary legs are getting stronger as I climb upward, and my bleary eyes are becoming clearer as I make my way deeper inward to that secret place where the mystery is waiting to receive me with wide open arms of love. Oh, that was very meaningful.
It's a powerful reading.
We offer to, yes, we offer to the omniscient God our reverence, our homage, and our gratitude for the light of the divine love.
When Sarah Leila was asked to choose a song for the representing the Jewish tradition, and she chose this music by Ilana Ariane and Noah Aronson called We Return, I became very excited because, and I don't usually get very excited either. Because this is one translation of the Hebrew words Hashivenu, Hashivenu, Adonai Elecha, V'nashuva, Chadei Shamenu Kekadem. And those of us who knew Pir Zia remember how intensively he would sing a different tune to this song. So she'll teach it to us. This is my daughter, Sarah Leila.
Alita, can you hold the paper for him? Because we're further away than I thought we'd be.
Oh, you have it.
But this is bigger.
Thank you.
So it's in the handout, but we're not going to do it. We're skipping the second verse. So you can sing along or do. There's a bit of a call and response part, or you can just take it in. However.
We return, we return, we return, return again. We return.
Everyone, we return.
We return.
We return.
We return. Return again and again to love. To love. To love. We return again to love.
Hashivenu Adonai Elecha V'nashuva Hadesh Yamenu Kekedem.
Yeah.
return.
We return, return again. We return.
We return.
We return.
We return.
We return, return again and again to you. To you. To you. We return again to you.
From the sacred Talmud, Berchat 10a. The soul, your neshama, which you, the Holy One, have placed within me, is pure. You created it. You formed it. You breathed it into me, and you preserve it within me. From the Shema. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuta Liolam Va'ed. And you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength. We offer to thee, omniscient God, our reverence, our homage, and our gratitude for the divine covenant. Amen.
I'd like us to take the attunement from the tradition of Judaism and build on that, and it was such a lovely attunement. We'll just continue on with that, and as you catch the words, if we can just join in together. Jesus, I adore thee, lay my life before thee. How I love thee, Jesus, I adore thee. Lay my life before thee. How I love thee.
Reading from Matthew 5, from the Sermon on the Mount, the Beatitudes. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they who mourn, who long, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the land. Blessed are they who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be satisfied. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Blessed are the clean in heart, for they will see God. And blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called the children of God. We offer to thee, omniscient God, our reverence, our homage, and our gratitude for the light of self-sacrifice.
If you can keep a bass line going throughout, and imagine you are being led on the path of the most beauty possible. Edina, 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 Sirat al-Mustaqim, Sirat al-Mustaqim, La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah, La
In the Quran, the opening verse is the Fatiha, actually 7 verses, the opening 7 verses. Perhaps the quintessential passage. And I'd like to recite it, and you all can join me if you like. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in. Din as-sirat al-mustaqim. Sirat al-ladina an'amta alayhim. Ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. So I'd like to draw our attention to verse number 6, in Dina Sirat al-Mustaqim, which essentially says, guide us on the straight path, the path of those upon whom you bestow your grace. So our theme today is return to the home of your soul. So if we're on a path that seems to suggest that it had an origin somewhere, we began somewhere, and if so, we're going somewhere. There's a destination in mind, and where might that be? So that brings us full circle, I think. And if we need another hint, we can look at Surah Al-Baqarah 156 that says, surely to Allah we belong, and to Allah we shall return. So returning to the home of our souls. We offer to thee, omniscient God, our reverence, our homage, and our gratitude for the light of the divine unity.
Don't touch it. Oh, you're right.
Just leave it.
Uh-oh. For all who are able to rise, please join me in the prayer salawat. Most gracious Lord, sovereign, messenger, Messiah, and Savior of humanity, we greet thee with all humility. Thou art the first cause and the last effect, the divine light and the spirit of guidance, Alpha and Omega. Thy light is in all forms, thy love in all beings, in a loving mother, in a kind father, in an innocent child, in a helpful friend, in an inspiring teacher. Allow us to recognize thee in all thy holy names and forms, as Sita and Rama, Radha and Krishna, Saraswati and Shiva, Tara and Buddha. Let us know thee as Sarah, Hagar, and Abraham, as Deborah and Solomon, as Anahita and Zarathustra, as Asiya, Aaron, Miriam, and Moses, as Mary and Jesus, Khadijah and Muhammad, and in many other names and forms, known and unknown to the world. Please pause for a moment. We adore thy past. Thy presence deeply enlightens our being, and we look for thy blessing in the future.
hearts of thy devotees. May the message of God reach far and wide, illuminating and making the whole of humanity as one single family in the character of God. Return again, return again, return to the home of your soul. Return again, return again, return to the home of your soul. Return to who you are, return to what you are, return to where you are, born and reborn again. Return again, return again, return to the home of your soul. Return again, return again, return to the home of your soul. In the swinging of the branches, in the flying of the birds, and in the running of the water, beloved, I see thy waving hand, bidding me goodbye. In the cooing of the wind, in the roaring of the sea, and in the crashing of the thunder, beloved, I see thee weep, and I hear thy cry. In the promise of the dawn, in the breaking of the morn, in the smiles of the rose, beloved, I see thy joy at my homecoming. We offer to the omniscient God our reverence, our homage, and our gratitude for the light of the divine truth.
I offer this song in gratitude. It was written when I graduated from Saluk, and it tells of how we need our friends. Salima helped me finish the chorus so the song could be completed. The golden thread. Thank you, Salima. So imagining all the golden threads here, the network, I'm imagining a trampoline of light, all of this beautiful light. I will hear you with my arms open wide. See you when you hide. I'll know you throughout time, beloved friend. I'll find you wherever you are. Carry you when home seems so far. My faith in you, it's a bright, shining star, beloved friend. When everything is changing, nothing is the same. Life is rearranging my old game. What can I hold on to when the center does not hold? I'll follow the thread of gold to your heart, beloved friend, to your heart. I'll walk with you like a ray of the sun. Dream with you until our dream is done. Move with you, we're moving toward the one, beloved friend. Beloved, let's sing together. Beloved friend. Beloved, beloved friend, beloved.
Friends, please rise as you are able for the closing prayer. Khatum. O thou, who art the perfection of love, harmony, and beauty, the sovereign of heaven and earth, open our hearts that we may hear thy voice, which constantly comes from within. Disclose to us thy divine light, which is hidden in our souls, that we may know and understand life better. Most merciful and compassionate God, give us thy great goodness. Teach us thy loving forgiveness. Raise us above the distinctions and differences which divide us. Send us the peace of thy divine Spirit, and unite us all in thy perfect being. Amen. Shall we remain standing and bless each other with the blessing song? We can all sing. May the blessings of God rest upon you. May God's peace abide with you. May God's presence illuminate your heart, now and forever. Breathe.
Give someone a hug and front will be on its way.
Please join us for brunch.